Okay, now officially welcome to tonight's call. So like I said, we didn't have our team call last week because we had the surge going on. So hopefully you guys all got to check that out. If you haven't, it's in the recording is in the Coach Online office. Make sure you get on that. We also finished out the month. It was a good month. We had a lot of coaches that were on the board for Success Club. So shout out to Paige, Liz, Savannah, Brittany, Heather, and Lauren for getting Success Club points on the board. That means you guys helping someone get started with their fitness journey or maybe continue and they bought another challenge pack. So that's awesome because that's the whole point of everything we're doing anyway, right? Lauren, congratulations on a lot of things, girl. Being the Success Club leader for the month of August, being hitting Success Club already this month within like the first, I don't know, 4 days or something ridiculous. And also you've moved up the leadership ladder, which is basically Beachbody's different way. Kind of when I started coaching, we didn't have the leadership ladder. It's new within the past couple months or something within the past year. So really all we had to go by was, I mean, you could measure your business by what your paycheck looked like. You could measure it by what rank you were. But that's kind of just what people were going by. And so someone could be a 15-star diamond and they may not have the most well-rounded business. So basically the leadership ladder tells you different things that you should take into account. And it's on in that little Success Club box. There's a leadership ladder tab when you're in your Coach Online office. So it talks about your personally sponsored coaches that are hitting Success Club. How many of those do you have? It talks about your week leg volume. It talks about commission, talks about your rank. So it's kind of a measurement of how you should, what you need to be shooting for to have a good, well-rounded business. So there are a couple different tiers in the leadership ladder. Liz, you're making a face like, but Lauren has advanced to business starter and the leadership ladder. So that's really exciting. Congratulations. And let's see what else. I also wanted to give a shout out to Paige. I know she's not on yet, but she's also on the board for Success Club for the month of September already. Let's see. Okay, so aside from recognition, let's kind of talk game plan real quick for the month of September. Gosh, every time I pull Zoom up, it keeps telling me that someone else is logged in to see Marla. Whoops. Okay, share my screen. All right, let's get out of these conversations. All right, guys. Can y'all see that? We good? Okay, so month of September, the calendar for the month is always pinned at the top of our team page, okay? As always, feel free to run your own sneak peeks, to run your own anything you want. Here is just kind of a basis. This is what I'm going to do. Everyone is more than welcome to jump in on it. So, oh, this is kind of hard to read, actually. The health bet started on the 5th. If you are in our health bet group, I'm so excited about it. There are so many people participating. It's awesome. Let's see. Our sneak peek into coaching starts on Monday, the 12th. It's going to last, I would say, like the first 3 days. We're going to get most of the content out there, but I'm going to leave the group up for pretty much the rest of September at least, because what I'd like to do, I kind of took this from another coach. She added me into their sneak peek, and people are doing a lot of live videos now because Facebook is going to give you that notification like, hey, Marla Daly is live in the Facebook group you're in. So it seems like it's getting like a lot more interaction. And I do also think that the video route is a little bit better than the long paragraph posts in a group that no one is really going to sit through and read unless they're like gung-ho about this coaching thing already. And let's be honest, I think like the first time someone brought it up to all of us, maybe we weren't gung-ho right away. So what I want to do is have a lot of live videos. We do have some videos recorded talking about people's coaching journey so far and maybe what hesitations they had at first and why they're not worried about that already. Paige, I know we have yours. Marla, I don't know, we have Mel's. So we'll definitely get those posted in there too. So like I said, I want to keep the group running because this is something that we can also post things in for the rest of the month. So say you have a couple prospects in the sneak peek group. Say a week afterwards, one of them decides to sign up as a coach. We can also welcome them in that group just to let everyone else in the group know, like, hey guys, so-and-so just signed up. We're so excited to have her on the team, and do her little pick monkey or whatever we made to announce her in our team page. We can share that so that people in this sneak peek group see, like, oh yeah, people are signing up. Okay, I'm not the only one for thinking like, hey, maybe I want to do this. We can also be posting things more like breadcrumbing posts, basically. I didn't sleep last night because my dog was sick, and I'm so grateful that I didn't have to call out of work today or worry about that. Or I'm the kind of person, if I don't get enough sleep, I like really stress out, like, how am I going to function the next day? And so I didn't really have to worry about that because I didn't have to get up and go to work. So like something like that, if this group was already up and running, like I could share in there and be like, hey guys, like here it is in real life. This is how it's happening. And, you know, we said it was cool because coaching, you can kind of build a life by design. You've got more freedom to run your own schedule, be your own boss. But we can actually show them like, hey, this is how I just did it today. You know what I mean? So we're going to keep that group going. So this week, the next couple days, you should be like breadcrumbing posts about coaching. You should be reaching out to people. I reached out to like probably 15 people this morning about coaching, either inviting them into this group because they hadn't been in one yet, or just letting them know, hey, I'm looking for new coaches. Like I'm ready to take on some people, help them get started. I really want to pay it forward, and I think you'd be perfect at it. So definitely be reaching out to people, and let's fill up this group with some potential coaches. We do have a week and a half left of our Build a Knockout Nation incentive. So remember, if you sign 5 coaches within the whole 10 weeks that we've done it, you get a Knockouts United tank. So keep that in the back of your mind too. What else do we have in September? So after our sneak peek starts on the 12th, you'll see on the 13th, I said, now we're kind of shifting gears. Okay, we did a lot of coaching breadcrumbing posts. We were promoting the sneak peek. Now we have something coming up on the 20th, and it's basically just going to be a one-day challenge group preview. So basically anyone who's had questions about a challenge group, or anyone new that you're reaching out to and they're like, well, what is this thing? Instead of having to like explain it to them, you can put them in this group, and we're basically going to break it down. We're going to tell them exactly what they get in their challenge pack. We're going to tell them exactly how the private online accountability group works. We're going to give them the whole rundown just in this little event, okay? And I think we're going to do it as an event so that also the public can see, okay? Maybe people that didn't join, they're still watching. We've experienced that before when we've done other events. So that will be coming up on the 20th. So right after our sneak peek, you want to start breadcrumbing those posts for the challenge group. Like, I know for me, the past couple days, especially today, I was like, I'm skipping my workout. But freaking everyone is checking in on this health bet thing on our little app. And I'm like, I can't skip it. So that would be something to post about. Like, I was feeling unmotivated. I saw all my girls in my accountability group posting, and I was like, oh my God, Kelsey, just get up and do it. So that would be an example of like a challenge group breadcrumbing post, okay? Let's see. After that, at the end of the month, on the 27th, we will be having a Push to Emerald webinar. So that will be like a one-night thing. You yourself get on it. If you're an Emerald coach, even if you're not an Emerald coach, and even if you are an Emerald coach, because if you want to hit Diamond, you're basically hitting Emerald over and over, okay? If you want to simplify it and break it down like that. So all coaches are welcome on this. Get your own personally sponsored coaches on this. We're going to break down what's Emerald, why it's important, why you want to hit it as fast as possible, the benefits that you're going to start to see, kind of like a paycheck progression, and how to hit it, basically. So we'll do a little Push to Emerald webinar at the end of the month. Also, I will be looking for, I was talking with Lauren about how helpful and maybe motivational getting guest speakers on the call are. So I'm going to focus on lining us up with some guest speakers for the rest of the month, so they can kind of, one, tell their story, and then two, just kind of speak on a relevant topic, how to recruit coaches, or how to run kick butt challenge groups, or whatever. So we get kind of like the best of both worlds, a little bit of motivation with their success story and a little bit of training. So that is on my to-do list. Okay. So aside from coming up with our September game plan, we lost Liz somehow. The other thing I wanted to do tonight is talk about writing your story. So I started reading this book for my personal development. It's not super motivational or like keep a positive mindset or whatever. It's be a recruiting superstar, okay? Because that's something that I really want to focus on and work on in my business. And so I found a book that is going to be my personal development, be exactly what I need to work on, okay? So anyways, I read a bunch of it today, and I wanted to go over something with you guys about writing your story and sharing your story. And we've talked about this on team calls before. And I know when I went to Summit for the first time, and every time I hear a top coach speak, like since then, they've all got these like things that they've gone through. Like Lindsay Matway, bankrupt bartender, and now like she's totally turned her life around. Or, college dropout, or someone, Lindsay Stay, had issues with alcoholism, and like they've really overcome some stuff. I think about my life and I'm like, I don't really have like a story really like that, I've been kind of like middle of the road. So, people hear their stories and they share their stories over and over. And they're like really inspiring people and connecting to people. And all I got is like, my parents made me move halfway through high school. Like, I don't even know, 1,000 miles away, I guess. Like, I don't really have a story like that. Have you guys ever like listened to these top coaches and been like, shoot, I don't really have anything to say like that. So what we're going to do, and it's kind of maybe a little bit of a homework assignment if you haven't done it already, is I know, again, I need to re-record myself and make a new one, maybe when I'm not so sun-kissed, because I read like all this book outside today. But we need to write our story, and we need to, I think it'd be great to put it in video form, but also to write it down. And I've got a list of questions that I got from this book that I think all of us need to go through and answer, because we do have a story, whether we like realize it or not. And while our story may not be, I've suffered from 15 years of alcoholism, there's a reason why I started using Beachbody products, and there's ways that Beachbody has worked in my life that other people in my network are going to relate to. Okay. So what we're going to do, let me share the screen again. And I started making a pick monkey for it. So I will post this in our team page as well. Can you guys see that? Okay. So basically in this book, for composing your story, you want to start to think about all these questions. Okay. Why did you start using the products? I'll run through them really quick, just so you guys, maybe if you don't know me that well, you can get to know me too. But why'd you start using the products? Basically my background, I was already working in fitness. When I went to college, I didn't just gain the freshman 15. I gained like the freshman 30. Okay. I mean, when I go hard, I go hard. So I put on a lot of weight freshman year, and I almost didn't even realize it because I got one of those really slimming mirrors, full length mirrors in my dorm, and it fooled me. So I went home and I just didn't even feel comfortable. I didn't want to go out with my friends. I didn't want to see people. I had nothing to wear if I was going to go out with my friends. And that's just, I didn't want to be like that. So I spent the whole summer after freshman year watching what I ate and making sure I exercised and just surrounding myself with my parents who are very active people. I started losing some weight. So I went into the fitness industry, and here I was working in the fitness industry. I was so busy working with my clients that I kind of put myself to the side. I was busy coming up with everyone else's workout. I didn't really feel like taking the time to come up with my own or stay longer at the gym when I had already been there all day. So I started using the products because I still wasn't happy with how I looked. And here I am in the fitness industry, and like there's a lot of pressure that goes along with that. So that's why I started using the products. I wanted something different. I also started using the products when I decided I was going to coach. Oh no, Liz's internet isn't working. Oh, so I signed up as a coach with the 21-day fix. What changed when I started using the products? Here I was, a personal trainer, and I knew a lot about nutrition. And when I started doing the 21-day fix, it's like something clicked. My portions had pretty much been off. So all of a sudden I was eating more, but I was eating the right foods and the right portions. And I was working out less, and I was losing weight and toning up. Like, first time I did the fix after 21 days, I didn't think I would ever have any abs or like any definition there or anything. And all of a sudden this program worked. Okay. So what was I doing before I started my business? Like I said, I was working in corporate fitness, but along with that came a commute that was sometimes like an hour and a half long. I know, Lauren, I know, Marley, you have a long commute too, don't you? Yeah, I know. You guys know how that is. And let me tell you, Northern Virginia traffic is not nice. So that's what I was doing before I started my business. What prompted me to start my business? Honestly, I didn't really do it because I was like, oh, I need a new workout program. I did it because I needed money. We had a wedding that we were planning, and I just saw this as a way, hey, I'm already into fitness. Hey, maybe I could use a new workout program. But really, I'm going to make some extra money for our wedding because holy cow, weddings are expensive. So I signed up to coach. Doubts, I didn't have a whole lot of doubts. The only thing that I was really worried about was, A, how can I quit if this doesn't work? And B, I don't really feel like I have that many people to reach out to. I don't know. I didn't feel like I really knew that many people. But they were resolved by, well, I looked up, how can I cancel my coach account if it doesn't work? Okay, so maybe that's not the most positive attitude from the get-go. But once I saw that all I had to do to cancel my coach account was like fill out a form and send it in, my fears were definitely calmed down. What challenges did I have? I think I had like challenges with staying consistent and kind of fitting coaching into my schedule. And really, I just kind of ended up one night writing down my why and kind of putting my goals on paper. And that's how I overcame those challenges. Okay, so anytime I got home from work and I was tired and I didn't want to dig into my business, I read through my why. I know it sounds so corny, but it's exactly what we do for our fitness journey. And I was like, I'm going to make this happen because I thought of my childhood. My mom stayed home with me, and I loved that. My mom didn't have to work. I saw people after school going to, they called it Fun Club. It was like the daycare after school. And I felt so bad for them. I loved that I could go home and my mom had like a snack waiting for me. Usually like popcorn with melted butter on it and a smoothie. It was awesome. Take me back. So I want to be like that with my kids. Okay. So that was like my big why. So that's how I overcame those challenges when I didn't feel like working my business. How has your life changed since you started your business? I could list out so many things. We actually started a savings account. Wild, I know. I got confident because I was actually plugging into these programs that worked, and I was actually taking the time for myself. I made so many new friends. I had just moved to Northern Virginia, and I really didn't know many people here. So I made a lot of friends here that I can go to Super Saturdays with and stuff like that. But I also made friends, all around the country. Look at you guys. Coaching brought me in contact with you guys, and I never would have known you guys if it wasn't for this. So it's brought me this whole group of like supportive, empowering women who are on the same journey that I am. Oh my God, the list can go on. And now obviously I was able to not have to be working the full-time job, and now I can do Beachbody from home, which again changes a whole slew of things. I can take my dog to the vet when I need to. What experiences have you had as a direct result of your business? again, a whole slew of things. I went to Cancun. I went on a cruise to Nashville, or to a cruise to Nashville. I went on a cruise to Jamaica, Bahamas, and where else did we go? Somewhere. Apparently I had too much fun. I don't remember. I've been in Nashville twice. I've been able to travel, which I mean, Mike and I first got married. We didn't have any money to go on any vacation, so that's been awesome. Again, I've had experiences with all of you guys. We have so much fun in Summit, and now we're going to be going to New Orleans next year. Being able to expand my network, being able to help people outside of just my little Northern Virginia corporate fitness market. Oh my gosh, the list just goes on. And then how has this business affected your family? Obviously, I've already stated a couple of those reasons, but the main one I feel like really hasn't even begun to happen yet. I know, and this was my main goal from the beginning, is once Mike and I decide to have kids, I'm going to stay home with them. And that's just how it's going to go. And I decided that. And then you just kind of have to put your head down and make it happen, because we all know the potential in this business, right? So what I want you guys to do is, this is going to help you create your story. And your story is powerful, even if you don't think it is. Lydia, who is a coach who went diamond on our team, she decided to coach because I wrote something about how, when I was little, my mom stayed home with me, and I saw these kids going to before school daycare and after school daycare. And I was so grateful that I had my mom at home with me. And, you get out of college and you're like, oh my gosh, now I have to find a job, and now I have to work. And in these days, it's like a single income it's difficult to raise a whole family on that. So I started being like, oh my gosh, and daycare is expensive. I don't want to do any of that. So I basically said, like, here's my opportunity. This is going to be my vehicle, and I'm going to make this happen. And Lydia saw that and was like, oh my God, I want to do that too. Like, that's exactly how I feel. So people are going to connect with your story, even though I don't think it's anything crazy. I mean, I think half my friends all say they would love to be a stay-at-home mom. So I don't think what I said was anything crazy, but some people are going to relate to it, and some people are just going to pick it up and run with it. So don't be afraid to share your story, even if it's not some crazy, I went bankrupt and they took my house and now I'm like a millionaire. Okay. Let's be glad we didn't have that issue. So some of you also, real quick before we finish, might be thinking, okay, I'm too new into coaching. Okay. Like, this business hasn't affected my family that much, or I haven't really experienced that much. I haven't been to Summit. I haven't been on a Success Club trip. I have some questions that may help you guys, which I'll also put into a Pick Monkey that I'll run through real quick. So if it seems too soon to build your story, perhaps the following questions will help. What difference do you hope your products will make in your life? What do you hope your business will change in your life? Who will benefit from your business besides yourself? How will they benefit? Excuse me. I'm not gonna lie, I drank a Diet Coke earlier. I'm still burping. What has been the highlight of your business so far? What's the next goal you're working toward? And what's your ultimate goal? Okay, so I was talking about working from home and leaving my day job way before last week, okay? So you got to share what you want to happen, share who you want on your bus, share where your bus is going, and just let people know the bus is leaving whether they're going to get on and join you or not, okay? That drops the mic. That's all I had for tonight. Does anyone have any questions or anything? Hope I didn't bore you too much, but I'm going to be posting those Pick Monkeys. Definitely start crafting your story, and don't be afraid to share it. If you follow top coaches, they share their story pretty often. Get on Bonnie Engle's Facebook page. Homegirl is always talking about her story, okay? And look, she just went from like 2-star to 15-star in a year. So share your story. Let's get people plugged in for our sneak peek group on Monday. And I'll be in touch with some of you. If anyone wants to help out and go live in our sneak peek or pre-record a video or whatever, definitely message me. I'll be posting something that you can comment on in our team page so we can get that organized. Sound good? All right.